Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sorry it's been taking me so long to get a YouTube video back up. My mic has been giving me some problems, but I think I have everything figured out now. So the first video of 2019 is going to be my current favorite makeup products. Now not all of these are going to be just eyeshadow palettes or whatever. I have a variety of stuff that I do want to talk about today, so let's get started. So one of the first things that I want to talk about today is the Morphe James Charles brush set. And I know that this is relatively new, in case you aren't sick of everyone talking about Morphe or James Charles by now. I got the brush set and the eyeshadow palette for Christmas, and I'm honestly super excited because I'm always looking for more brushes, and brushes are something with, especially Morphe, they're not expensive, but it's really nice when you're able to get a bunch of them at the same time. So I really like them. They do the job for me. If you've been here for a while, you know Morphe brushes are like the only brushes I really use, other than a couple Tarte ones here and there, but most of the time I'm using a Morphe brush. So specifically for foundation, I do want to talk about this brush right here. This is the Morphe M439. I'm sure you guys have heard other people talk about this brush before if you follow other people who are really into Morphe products as well. But I have used the M441 I think before. I think that's the other one that I have. Oh no, the M444. And that one is basically this brush, but like a lot stubbier. Like it doesn't have nearly as much like long bristles. But the reason that I like this brush is because, I mean, I got it in the brush set, so I was like, okay, like I'll try it for foundation. Usually if I'm using a brush for foundation, I use my Sigma Kabuki brush, but I was like, I'll try it. Haven't tried a Morphe brush for foundation in a while, so why not? And I actually really like this brush, mostly because it just makes everything look smooth. It makes, like, I do it enough, obviously, as anybody should, with their foundation to make sure that it's really, like, in my skin. It looks complete. My skin tone evens out, as hopefully your foundation is doing for you. But this is a really nice brush. It gives you kind of an airbrushed look, and I really like that. So if you're looking for a cheap foundation brush, I know that their bigger brushes are a little bit more expensive, but this still is not nearly as much as like a Sigma brush. I think my Sigma brush was probably in the neighborhood of like close to $30, but Morphe is definitely nice and cheap, so I believe this is in the neighborhood of like, I want to guesstimate and say like maybe 15, but I haven't checked their website in a hot minute, so I really don't know. But I know it's a lot cheaper than most other makeup companies that are more on the high end or very well known. So definitely recommend the Morphe James Charles brush set, or that brush in particular, to be completely honest. Some of the brushes in the brush set I do already have, so they're just backups, which is really nice. It's always really nice to have backups of brushes that you use constantly, especially blending brushes for your eyes. So very helpful. And now for the first eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be talking about, which I think might be the only eyeshadow palette I think I'll be talking about. I think. Surprise, surprise, the James Charles Morphe palette. I just got done talking about the brush set, so I figured it's only appropriate to follow that up with the James Charles eyeshadow palette. And I taped the names of the shades on the inside. Excuse me, it's kind of dirty. Hi, ring light. But there are names on the plastic, which is like my biggest pet peeve, is I love it when the names of the shades are actually written like underneath the actual shade, so that it's easier for people to see in tutorials or just in general. But I do have them taped up here because I like knowing the names of the shades. But this is a beautiful palette, and I'm gonna be 100% honest. I can use this palette for almost anything. I think maybe the only thing I might not be able to use this for is like kind of like a cranberry look, but I have my regular Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette for that. So with this look, you have so many color stories. You can do your greens and yellows, you have your blues and purples and pinks, and then you have a bunch of these shades in the center, which I consider to be transition shades except for the black. But I really like that they use those shades as the bigger pans, because they know you're going to be using those probably more than the other eyeshadows because, you know, you pick and choose what you're going to wear that day, but transition colors are likely going to be used every single day. So I think that's really smart. There's also this really nice looking shade right here. It looks like a highlighter shade, in case you guys aren't sure why that's a bigger pan. I think that's why. I feel like that would be the best reason. It seems like a good shade for overall, you know, all skin tones, so it seems to be a good idea to have that be a bigger pan. I actually used this palette for the look that I'm wearing today. It looks very neutral, very light, very kind of pink. I think I only used 2 shades for this look, and I think it was Pinkity Drinkity, I think. So this light pink shade right here is what I used. And then I also used, what the heck is this one? Sister, of course. So this light pink shade up here, this is kind of like a shimmer shade, or like a satiny kind of shade. I use that on the lid. So you can really do a lot of looks with this. You can do very neutral shades. You can do obviously a lot of color. But to be honest, this is like a universal palette. Like, you can use this for literally any look that you want to create. So I definitely recommend it if you're a person that doesn't want to spend a lot of money on multiple eyeshadow palettes. If you're somebody that wants one and done and, you know, that's all you want, you don't really want to invest money into a bunch of other palettes, which I totally get. Everybody wants to save money. But I would definitely recommend the James Charles palette, and he has discount codes, so why not use those? I know a lot of other influencers have Morphe codes. Obviously Jaclyn Hill does, Nicole Concilio does, I don't even know how many other people have them. Like, so many people have Morphe discount codes, but it's nice because then the influencers who are showing you how to use these products and how well they're used get some commission, and then you get 10% off. So hey, it's a win-win for everybody. But I would definitely recommend this palette for sure, just as an overall, you want one and done, you don't want to keep shopping kind of thing. So definitely recommend that. And I didn't really think about adding this in here until just now, but I use it so much that I honestly should. For brows, not that this should surprise anyone, but my current favorite brow products of the moment are from the Benefit Magical Brow Stars kit. It is a very, very good deal. It looks like this. I know I believe I've shown this in other, I believe I've shown this in other videos as well, but this comes with a spoolie and brow brush for one, which is really nice. I use this all the time. It comes with the Foolproof Brow Powder, which you can use to like set your pomade, or if you're a powder person and that's how you do your brows, it's perfect for you. It comes with the pomade, and I got this in the shade 3 because it's the closest match to my hair color. And I use the brow pomade, honestly, probably more than I don't want to say more, but I think I'm more comfortable using the Brow pomade than I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I don't know why, but I feel like it just works better for me, and my ABH pomade kind of like dried out kind of quickly, so it didn't really help. But I use that all the time. Oh my god. I use that all the time. I also have recently been using the Goof Proof Brow Pencil, which is basically just kind of like an angled brow pencil and a spoolie on the other side. And then I also have been using this a lot. This is the Precisely My Brow Pencil, which if you follow any other YouTubers or Instagrammers or whatever, they use this product. Like, at least like 5 out of 10 tutorials that they have on their Instagram or on YouTube will use that product. And lastly, we have the Gimme Brow Tones, and basically this is just something that, it's kind of like a tinted brow setter, but it's just used to bring out like make your brows have more dimension to them, and it makes them look more 3D and not so like painted on your face. So I've been using this a lot as well. Obviously I use my clear brow gel by Anastasia to set my brows, but I've been using this quite a bit to really add more definition to my brows, make them not look so flat. But if you are somebody who's interested in getting more brow products, I would highly recommend this kit because it says even on the box the suggested retail price is $140, and this whole thing costs $59 in total, which means that if you added up the prices of all of those brow products, you would have to pay $140 for them. And no one's got that kind of money just to spend stuff on brows. So I would definitely recommend this. I think it is a great gift for somebody if you have a birthday coming up for somebody, or you just want to treat them, you know, to each his own. But definitely would recommend this for brows. And if you have a specific product that works for you from them, obviously stay with it, especially if any of them are one of the products that I mentioned. They are very good for brows, and I definitely recommend them. Okay, moving on. So for eyeliner that's not liquid liner, because for my past, like, I don't know, like maybe 5 YouTube tutorials where I use eyeliner, I use the Tarte Man-Eater liner. So that's obviously like my go-to for liquid, but I just recently started to get back into using gel for eyeliner because I got really good at it a while ago, and then I stopped because I just got tired of doing it. But I recently got back into that, and so for gel eyeliner, I would absolutely 100% recommend the Maybelline New York Eye Studio Black Gel Liner. This stuff is freaking amazing. I think the last time I used one, I don't even know if I got completely through it before the whole thing dried out, but I definitely got like a solid 3/4 of the way down because I used it so much. And you don't even need that much of it. It's so creamy and so black, and it doesn't smudge, and it is amazing. If you're a beginner, this is a good gel eyeliner to use because it's cheap, but it's really good to practice with. And, you know, makeup can obviously always be taken off, so if you're looking for a gel eyeliner to practice with, I would definitely recommend this one because it's cheap. You're not going to waste any of the product. This takes forever to get through, so you will have this for at least a year, and that's if you did your eyeliner like literally every day. So definitely recommend Maybelline Eye Studio for that one. Moving on from the eyes, I don't really have any false eyelashes that I'm like obsessed with at the moment, so we're just gonna move on. This is something that I also got for Christmas. This is the It Cosmetics Ombre Radiance Blush from their Je ne sais quoi collection, and it looks like this. It is absolutely freaking gorgeous, and I have been using it in almost every single one of my most recent looks on Instagram, except for today. I used a Benefit one today, but I really like this blush. It is absolutely gorgeous, and my boyfriend even noticed. He was like, wow, your cheeks look really rosy today, like it looks really cute. And I was like, well, thanks, It Cosmetics. So definitely would recommend that, and It Cosmetics is really affordable as well. They're not very expensive. In that whole collection, there's a lip gloss, a lipstick, this blush, and I think the brush that came with it, and I want to say that that's it. But I would definitely recommend it. It's blush. Everybody loves blush. If you're more on the sides of like fair skin tones like me, I think this would obviously work for you. I can't speak for darker skin tone people because I have no idea what really blush colors might work for you guys. You obviously would know that better than I would, as would some of the darker skinned YouTube people and influencers and things of that nature. But if you're in my area for skin tone, I would definitely recommend that blush. Okay, now going on to highlight. For foundation, I really don't have anything I'm super ecstatic about at the moment. When I go to buy another one, I'll probably go back to my Lancome foundation just because that's my like ride or die. And I like the Fenty foundation, but I'm not like obsessed with it. I'm a full coverage girl, so anything that's not really full coverage, I'm like, me. But so for highlight, I love either one of the I Love Sarahi and Dose of Colors collection highlights. And there is Bathe, if I could get this right, oh my gosh. There's Bathe, which is this one. And then we have Soulmate, which is this one, which is more golden toned. But they're absolutely gorgeous. I'll swatch them for you guys so you can see what I'm saying. And it does not take much to swatch these. Like, I barely ran my finger over the pan, like literally one time, and that's what came off. It's pretty good. So I'm gonna swatch it for you guys on the back of my hand. Oh my god, it's so pretty. So this one is Bathe, and then the more gold one is Soulmate. The more gold one's gonna be the one on top. But I don't know, I just think that those look really gorgeous. They have such a beautiful sheen to them, and they're poppin'. Like, if you the first time I went to put this on, I used my Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighting brush, which is like the packer brush, and I like really went into it kind of like, you know, if something's really compacted, you kind of want to rub your brush into it to make sure you get the product out. But I had so much highlight on my face that I was at the point like, I need to blend this bitch out, because it was so bright that it like overwhelmed me. And you guys know me, I love a pop and highlight, so I almost never am a person to blend it out, but I was like, okay, this is a bit much. So I would definitely recommend these, especially because they work on all skin tones. I've seen so many different tutorials with so many different people using these highlighters, and honestly, I think it's totally worth the money. I think I will look up the price of them right now, but I know since it's Dose of Colors, it's a little bit more on the expensive side, but it's so worth it. Okay, so individually, these are kind of expensive highlighters. Individually, they are $28 a piece. And I know that's kind of expensive, but you get so much product in these pans, you guys. Like, okay, so in here it says there is 12 grams of product in here. That's a lot, especially for, like, look at this. Look at the size of the pan. Like, that's huge. That is freaking huge. Let me see if I can use something for comparison. The Becca Cosmetics highlight is probably the same size, or maybe even bigger. No, it's about the same size. So there's the Becca Cosmetics, and this is the Soulmate one. So they're about the same size, but if you know or have ever had the Becca Cosmetics highlighter, which probably everybody in the beauty community has had at least one of those, that's pretty much the same size as this, and it's so worth it. And I know Becca Cosmetics is probably like 32, something like that. So if you wanted to get the Becca highlighter, I would definitely recommend either one of the Dose highlighters. Totally gorgeous, and they will last you they will last you a very long time. For primer, I have been using this a lot lately, and I don't know if it's just because it's there, but when I want to do my primer really quickly and I don't want to take the time, because when I usually use my other primers, I have 2 bottles that I use, and when I want to just get it done, I'm like, I just want this on my face, I go with my Smashbox Nicole Concilio collaboration of the primer water. And if you have seen any of my recent Instagram videos, this is the primer that I use in those videos, and it's really nice because you spray, you let it sit for a second, and you're done. Like, you're fine. I actually have this one that I just showed you was So Chill Coconut, and then I also have this one that I haven't even gotten into yet, which is Centering Citrus. And I really like those primers. Like, I wasn't one to really be obsessed with their primer waters, but when Nicole did her collaboration, I was like, alright, like, if she's really taking the time to collaborate with this product, like, she's not one to work with a brand or on a product that she's like, meh, as should, you know, like, nobody should. That'd be really sad. But the fact that she took the time to, like, personalize the packaging and make it, like, scented and everything, like, she loves those primer waters. So I was like, alright, I'll try it. And I really like them. So if you're a person, I have naturally oily skin as well, so these seem to work for me pretty well. I don't know if that's necessarily because of the primer or whatever, but I think that that primer works for like all skin tones, especially if you're dry skin. I'm sure that will help you because it's a spray, and it doesn't say anything about it being mattifying. It says it's a hydrating 3-in-1 face primer, so it says it's for all skin types, so I have no complaints. I really like it. It smells great. I suggest it. Okay, and let's see, for lips, okay. This is gonna seem like hella extra, but I'm just saying. I love the packaging. It's so glittery and pretty, and I'm obsessed with it, and I will probably never throw it away because it's so gorgeous. No, this is not PR. I do not have that many followers. This is the, it was the Black Friday nude liquid lip collection, and I had sent this to my boyfriend, and I was like, oh my god, like these are all nude lipsticks, like these are gonna be my go-tos for a while. So I was like, I love these, and it's a steal. I think these went for, god, I don't know. It's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like $50, $50, $60, for, I think it's 12 lipsticks, and if you were to buy all of those together, it would definitely be more than that, because I think each individual lipstick is like in the neighborhood of 23 to 28, I think. Don't quote me on that, I just think that's what it is. But I hesitate on buying higher end lipsticks because if I'm gonna spend my money, usually it's on a foundation or a concealer. But I am so happy that he did this for me. Shout out to Bae. But these are all of the lipsticks, and they're honestly so gorgeous. I am obsessed with them. I am wearing Crush right now, and honestly I love these. They last me through most food. There's so many shades. We have Naked, hold on, let me go one by one. We have Naked, we have Trouble, which is like a really nice like nude mauve. We have Pure Hollywood, which is woo, definitely a nude, very nude, light nude. Then we have Crush, which is the one that I'm wearing right now, so it's like a pinky mauve nude. It's really pretty. And then we have Stripped, which I think I actually have this one from the Black Friday sale that they had not last year but the year before, and there was like 5 liquid lipsticks, and that's like the only reason that I had any Anastasia Beverly Hills lipsticks is because they're so expensive, and I was like, cool, 5 lipsticks on sale, sounds good. So I had that one, and then now this one is Dusty Rose, which it's kind of self-explanatory, it's a dusty rose color. And then we have Starfish, which is like a light brown, really, really pretty, especially if you're doing like a blue eye that's kind of like dark. It's really pretty. And then we have Hudson, which is, I think, slightly darker than Starfish, but it's like a light brown, has some shades of like very light pink in there, so it's really, really pretty. And then we have Brixton, which is kind of like a, how do I explain it? It's like a rusty, oh my gosh, it's like a rusty mauve. That's like the best, it's like the best way to explain it. It's kind of like, you know how, like, that might be how they got the name, but you know how like bricks look, like brick walls look when it's wet and when it's rainy, and it's like that dark but like purpley red? That's almost how this looks, and it's super, super pretty. And then we have Taboo, which is definitely darker. This would probably be most relatable to like a redder version of like True Brown by Kylie, but that's probably the best that I could relate that to. There's definitely more of a red undertone in it for sure, but they're honestly absolutely gorgeous. And if they still have any of the sets of these, or they do another sale with something like this where it's like a nude lipstick collection, I would definitely suggest it. It's worth the money. If you're somebody who really only wears nude lipsticks and you want to have like some color but you don't want to go too dark or too crazy, you can always get this, pick out 7 of the lipsticks that you think you're going to wear all the time, and you can give the rest to somebody else. Like, it's not like you have to use every single one of them all the time. I certainly don't. And again, you don't always have to use these for lipsticks. You can use them as eyeliner. I've seen so many tutorials where people use lipsticks as eyeshadow and they just blend it out. Like, you can use these for so many different methods, and I definitely think it's worth it. So 10 out of 10, would recommend that. Plus, if you end up getting something in a set like that and it comes in super cute packaging, then you can keep the packaging for storage. But yeah, so definitely am obsessed with that. And let me see, is there anything else? So taking a quick trip back to the eyes, I just recently got the Man Eater mascara by Tarte. It's kind of a big tube, but it kind of seems fitting. It's very, very nice. This is a mascara that I could use this and not necessarily have to use my Clump Crusher mascara after, and if you've been following me for a while, you know that's like my ride or die. That will separate my lashes regardless of whatever mascara I'm using, and I'm obsessed with it. So the wand is very long, but it also has those very short bristles, which I think is how it's so good at separating lashes, but it's honestly so amazing. The bristles are very short, but it's very nice because I think that's how they separate the lashes. And I would recommend it if you're looking for any mascara, especially if you want it to be lengthening, volumizing. I don't know if that's what it's meant for, but I definitely think it's a great mascara for lengthening. Definitely would recommend that. For lip gloss, I don't know if I've mentioned this in a recent video or not, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So any of the Lime Crime Wet Cherry glosses are amazing. This is in the shade Naked Cherry. It is more of a pinky nude lip gloss, and it's honestly, you guys, these are so nice. They smell so good. They smell like cherries. Let me, oh my god, they smell so good. They're so nice. They don't feel sticky. I also have the Kylie glosses, which also smell amazing. I would have to say that I think the Kylie glosses are slightly stickier than the Lime Crime ones. Not that that's like so horrible, but I definitely like wearing the Kylie glosses, but I know that my lips feel more comfortable per se when I'm wearing a Lime Crime gloss. So that's for sure. That's for sure. They also have a clear gloss, which I really like because I feel like not a lot of makeup companies have at least recently come out with a clear gloss. I think that was like a thing in like the early 2000s that kind of like died off, and now nobody really does it anymore, but I really dig it. They also have some that are like sort of clear, but they have sparkles in them. They're so beautiful. They smell so good, you guys. Oh my gosh. But if you're in the market for a lip gloss, or you're a person that only really wears lip gloss, I would definitely recommend those. Obviously, you don't have to get all the shades because they have some kind of wild ones. Like, this one is like a hot pink one. It's Cherry Pie. I don't think I've ever actually worn this one. I've tried to, and I was like, okay. So it's definitely like a summer lip gloss. So depending on the season or just your mood, you know, you can wear whatever color you want. But I definitely like those lip glosses. I wasn't a huge lip gloss person a couple years ago, and I really like them now. So maybe I'm just biased because I really like Lime Crime, but I don't know. But yeah, so I really like those lip glosses, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to talk about that I haven't already covered. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't have anything else that's screaming at me to talk about it right now. Everything that I wanted to talk about, I have. So yeah, that is this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I hope this gave you some insight into some products that you either were on the fence about or you haven't really thought about buying in the past, but now you want to. So whatever you guys thought of this video, please leave me a comment in the section below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to follow my Instagram if you want to see more Instagram videos, or you're interested in the pictures and videos that you've seen so far. Make sure to follow me at that. That is at ash_slay_MUA. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next one, and I will see you guys later. Bye!